In today's video, I'm pretty excited because we are going to highlight Belltown Community in Caldwell, Texas. Now, this one is deep because when you think about when slavery was ended, people wanted the opportunity to be able to find home and find a home that they can be able to call theirs and build a community around it. Belltown Community is a Texas historical landmarker where you can be able to see homes, neighborhoods, schools that was built around those who want to be able to live free and build a community. So when people say things like, hey, 40 acres and a mule, or to want to have something you can pass down as a legacy, this is a prime example. So we're going to take this time to not only highlight this and what's in this area that we'll be selling, but also Caldwell itself. This is right outside of the Bryan-College station area. So if you're curious and want to know more about it, then make sure you continue to watch this video as we'll highlight different things in the Caldwell area, but wanted to make sure we take a special time out to be able to see what's been started in 1867, and we're here in 2026. So take some time and let's go ahead and see what this land, the beautiful outlook of what Caldwell has to offer you, and the history that goes with it. So right now we're in Belltown Community, and this community was several of acreage. Eventually was owner financed over to one family, and then eventually multiplied into several different families owning this area. And so as we talked about at the very beginning, and so we're going to take a look at this beautiful remodel home that they remodeled that was once here. Cool thing I like about this area is if you're someone who wanted to be able to live kind of in the outskirts, Caldwell is made up of a lot of your homes is pretty much in this secluded area. Now this house is sitting on a little bit over an acre, but just know when you think of Caldwell, this is going to be the majority of what most homes are going to look like. They're going to be sitting on half an acre, over an acre, as you will see some commercial properties that's sitting on half an acre that we'll look at as well. And you can be able to see a little bit as we'll highlight some of the communities where they have the church, where they have, they used to have their marketplace where they used to eat at and everything. So we're gonna take some time out, take a look at this beautiful house that's remodeled, and give you an idea of what to expect as you come over here in this Caldwell area. Let's go take a look at it. So right now, we're gonna take a look at the brick house and just kind of give you, now this has been remodeled, and so we'll take a look at it. Brand new floors, and so you can see the older layout. So let's take a look at the bedrooms and the bathroom. So here you have, you know, these older homes, these layout, you can still see it has the original framework of these homes. So I love that about them. So you have the 3 bedrooms that's going to be all on this side, and you can kind of get an idea of just the square footage layout. Always had an open closet, and they did a good job on a remodel. And so this is one of the rooms that's actually at the time of us recording, someone living in. And so you can see the layout here, and this one actually has a bathroom. So come in, have walk-in closet. Sorry, not a walk-in closet, has a walk-in shower. And then as we go this direction, and we can get the dining room, and the dining room here, where family hang out, can kind of look on the outskirts of, on the front yard, see who's coming while you're eating, right? And then of course you're gonna have your kitchen layout. Now, we'll take a look at the backyard, and then we'll talk about a little bit more of the story in Caldwell. And then can't forget about the last bedroom, 4th bedroom here. And so think about this, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. This was considered luxury, I think, when you think back in the probably early 1900s, and they've remodeled it for 2026. So let's walk around the side. And so one thing you can tell, so like this brick build, like it costs a lot to be able to remodel or build something like this. And then you have your shed over here, where the shed is, you use it for a laundry room. You can use it for several different things as well. Has a little bit of a area that's unfinished, so you can build it out to however you want. Now this here is going to be sewer, water, and you'll have your electrical outlets back here. But now this here, a little bit of history as we come to the back. newer AC unit, and I go to sewer there. So a cool thing to know, like, so at one point this was a total about roughly around 70 acres. So if you think about, this is a 1 acre tract that we're on right now, and the rest of this is owned by other families nearby. And this peace and quiet I love, because most people always say, hey, I want to find somewhere where I can go outside and I can do what I want. Well, it's gonna be you and the birds on this one. Okay, so let's go look a little bit more about the history of the city and this Belltown community, and then we'll go from there. So land is always ready and available, as right now I am standing on 2 acres of lot. And the unique thing about Caldwell is that you always are gonna find these 1 to 2 and sometimes 10 acres and sometimes 20 acres tracts of land that is laid out beautifully. And you can see even all the way far back, you have trees that you can choose to lay down. What they've done here is they've already have a couple of mobile home setups, which you'll see here in a second when we go to our commercial building in this area. You can be able to see where you can take some of these already pre-built homes in the shells and then build it out how you want in the inside already put here. Sometimes you can be able to do, a lot of the mobile home developments in this area. So this is where you get accessibility to get creative on acres of land. And I just love this because most people are looking for peace and quiet out in this area, and you get that with what you're looking at now. With that being said, Caldwell is a special place, and even what you'll see over the drone shot, you'll see Providence Baptist Church, which was one of the first churches in this community, and right across from it was some of the cemetery that a lot of families were actually buried in. And then you have other areas that's been converted since then, but it was a market and community where you had combination where people will come get their food, a lot of things. So it's a great piece of area of history here in this Belltown community over here in Caldwell. And then so we're gonna jump into the city part of Caldwell, where you can kind of highlight and see a little bit more on the busy highway of Highway 36. And then we'll go from there. So if you're interested and you say, hey, I want to be able to find a piece of land, I want to be able to find homes, I want to find something outside of the Bryan-College Station area, as you can see, this is just one of many areas as we touch on all the outskirts that Bryan-College Station has to offer. So let's go check out what inside the city of Caldwell will look like, and then we'll wrap it up from there. So right now we're about to go and take a look at a commercial property, but right behind me you have the Welcome to Caldwell. So a little brief history on Caldwell. Now Caldwell, if we were going back in the direction where we came from, you'll be a little bit closer, maybe right at an hour going towards Austin, Texas. So you'll take this going back into College Station. Now Caldwell, very smaller town. You probably get right underneath 5,000 people. I think the sign when you pass it up will tell you around 3,000. Home of the Hornets. Lady Hornets have a very good volleyball championship team that has highlighted in Caldwell, Texas. I believe they're 3A. Yeah, 3A as far as the school. They may have bumped it up. But so if you're someone who wants to kind of stay on the outskirts before you get into Bryan-College Station, Caldwell is a great area, as we've highlighted a little bit. So we'll wrap up and take a look at one of the commercial properties on the main strip of Caldwell, and you can probably get some idea through some of the drone shots as far as what Caldwell look like. The main intersection you'll see, and that main intersection will take you all the way through to Bryan-College Station. Obviously from this way, if you were to go the opposite direction, I'm not good at your north and your south, and I'm just not. My mom and parents, they be like, yeah, which way are we going, north or south? Hey, it's that way. So that way, you're gonna go into Caldwell and go towards Bryan-College Station, and that way you'll go towards Austin. All right, so let's continue to look at more of what Caldwell has to offer. And of course, as you looked at it this far and you say, hey, I'm interested in knowing more about what Caldwell has to offer and if it's a good fit for me. So if you're looking for new construction, because we do highlight a lot of that on this page, I would say you would be able to get homes that's going to be in the lower 200s, higher 300s, but you'll probably get more land when it comes to here in the Caldwell area. And you could be able to find something that's going to be more in your budget. Now this drive to Bryan-College Station probably will range you a little bit right at maybe 30 minutes, roughly, depending on traffic heading that way. So just keep that in mind, but let's go check out the rest of what Caldwell has to offer, and then we'll wrap it up from there. We're here at 1126 South Highway, Texas 6 here in Caldwell, Texas. Now, the beautiful thing we already know about Caldwell is to have a lot of opportunity. And this here is the opportunity for those who want to be able to have a business right off the highway of Texas 6, but then also have something that has businesses that's already operating. So this is right now operating as a food truck and a storage building company. So this being a commercial lot, it already have the plug-ins. If you wanted to have more food trucks, I believe up to about 4 to 5 different food trucks can be located here. And with the business right now, generating a minimum $5,000 a month for every time one of these storage buildings gets sold, this here is the perfect opportunity. And when you have one of these smaller towns, like a Caldwell, Texas, you are opening up yourself to opportunities. So as we transition between looking at these properties here in Caldwell, I just want you to be mindful of this is a land of opportunity, and these type of opportunities don't come often. So the biggest thing for you, I want you to realize, not this what all Caldwell have, but being in a more rural area of Caldwell, you have more flexibility, you have more freedom. And so this is what I've done. I think they did a beautiful job having some of these storage buildings up here, or also being right on the outskirts of the city of Caldwell. So one of the things I've noticed anytime someone look at commercial buildings is anytime you can be right off the highway off of Texas 6, that's prime real estate. Why? Because it's the best visibility that you can have. So make sure as we continue to wrap up about Caldwell, you can make sure that you reach out and ask questions more about this particular property. So now you got a chance to be able to check out Caldwell and being able to see homes, businesses, and a little bit just of the land of what Caldwell has to offer. Now is your chance to be able to reach out. And I hope that if this was encouraging, or if you got some insight of what Caldwell really stands for and you want to reach out, you want to know more, well, make sure you comment below in your questions, make sure you subscribe, and also make sure that you reach out, schedule time so that we can talk. And I want to end where we started at the Belltown Community, Texas historical marker, and tell you your legacy begins where your excuses end.